The LEGO Star Wars helmet collection is back, but is it here to stay this time? So back in February this year, LEGO brought back the first helmet that we've had in over 2 years, the AT-AT Driver. While I've already covered this particular set in a separate review, the short story here is that it's an incredible build with lovely techniques that will surely impress any experienced builder. It wasn't a bad value either, given the piece count and even some printed pieces. Fast forward to today, and starting May 1st, Kylo Ren's helmet, the first one from the sequel trilogy, and Jango Fett's, from the prequels of course, launched to eager fanfare, myself included. But before we can dive deeper in these sets, the question needs to be asked: why did LEGO stop the helmet collection in the first place? Now, to be fair, the helmets never truly went away. If you went to your local store, you'd notice that sets like Darth Vader, the Mandalorian, and the clone helmets never actually left shelves. Looking back, I think this was intentional. LEGO knew they wanted to pursue the helmet line further. Now, back in 2022, LEGO Star Wars also started another collection series, being the dioramas, with sets like Dagobah Jedi Training and as well as the Death Star Trash Compactor, among others. Seemingly now, though, no new diorama collection sets are rumored for 2025. And then, of course, I have to mention that in 2023, LEGO launched another collection series, being, of course, the Starships, starting with the Executive Super Star Destroyer. Technically, the Medical Frigate, but we're going to exclude that for right now. The Starship collection, along with the helmets, received a full wave of 3 for 2025. So this begs the question, is now the diorama collection being discontinued like the helmets were 2 years ago, or is the helmets and Starship collection just completely taking its place? The dioramas had solid scenes like the Emperor's Throne Room, my personal favorite out of the bunch. And then last year, notably, we only got one new diorama in 2024, the Mos Espa Pod Race, the first prequel trilogy diorama, and sadly one of the weakest out of the lineup in terms of value and also praise from the community. The point I'm trying to make here is that if LEGO is now trying to discontinue the diorama collection, it would be quite a shame, as it definitely didn't reach its full potential. More prequel era or even sequel diorama sets could really breathe some fresh air into this LEGO Star Wars lineup. As of April 2025, no official word from LEGO on whether this series will continue or not. Most of these dioramas have already been discontinued. For now, the helmet collection and Starship collection live on. Do you think this was the right choice? Let me know down in the comments. Me personally, though, well, I think we should get a little of everything, and I don't think that's unreasonable. Turning things back over to the helmets now, this new 2025 lineup has newcomers Jango Fett and Kylo Ren, which I think were excellent choices. Exciting fans once more after the success of the Clone Trooper helmets, Captain Rex, and of course Commander Cody. What everyone, including myself, had thought to be the end of an era with helmets, LEGO surprised us after a 2-year hiatus. Kylo Ren as a helmet actually impressed me, guys. I think at first glance of the box art and photos online, you'd think the helmet is proportionally off. But in reality, it's almost perfect. At 529 pieces and a retail price of $70, this seemingly is yet another overpriced LEGO Star Wars set. Until you look a little closer. To my surprise, LEGO printed every single piece in this set. Not a single sticker in sight. Extremely uncommon for a helmet collection set, especially one with as much graphic design as Kylo's helmet. I believe this alone almost justifies the price. Almost. At the beginning, I mentioned the AT-AT Driver helmet, and personally, I believe build-wise and price-wise, coming in at 730 pieces, retailing also for $70, has the best value. Spoilers, the build and design of the driver is the most advanced, most superior out of the 2025 helmet lineup. But what about Jango Fett? The perfect timing with the UCS Slave 1 or Fire Spray class Starship was absolutely planned, and I'm here for it. The helmet pairs perfectly with the UCS set, and being, of course, the original DNA donor of the Clone Army, prequel fans are beyond excited for this one. But unlike Kylo Ren, Jango got the short end of the stick here. While an excellent looking design, you'll be greeted by some of the most frustrating stickers. The entire upper portion of the helmet above the visor has 360 degrees worth of stickers that are details required for the most accurate interpretation. I'm not mad about the fact that we need this graphic design. I'm mad about how terrible it is to line up every single sticker perfectly. It's almost impossible, actually. As someone who's built over 1,000 sets, this is one of the worst sticker contenders now. Printed pieces like Kylo should have been a no-brainer for this set, but alas, here we are. Couple this with the fact that the helmet has 616 pieces and also retails for $70, I just personally don't think that it's worth the price that LEGO's asking here. Yes, you get less pieces than what Kylo has, but for the same price, I'd argue those printed pieces will save you quite the headache. Overall, Jango's helmet is well designed, especially when you compare it to the previous Mandalorians like Boba Fett and Din Djarin. Boba was in the first wave of helmet sets that launched all the way back in 2020. Hard to believe that was 5 years ago now. But as you see here, you can really see the evolution of this helmet design over the past 5 years. It's actually quite impressive to see how it's changed this quickly. The most notable change to my eye for Jango's helmet is the antenna, or rangefinder, whichever you prefer, has been modernized to match Rex's helmet design. Tweaks with the upper half, specifically with the curves mixed with the snot style plates, works in favor for the best balance of an accurate look while also retaining the LEGO studs, which I personally like. Build wise though, it was a very similar experience to the Mandalorian helmet, no shocker there. So do you buy Jango or Kylo's helmet come May 1st this year? I'd say yes, only because you're getting this year's gift with purchase, the Kamino training facility, if purchasing, of course, on LEGO.com or in LEGO stores. After the promo period is over, well, that's a different story. If you're paying full retail price, Kylo's is the better value in my opinion. The incredible amount of printed parts is fantastic. The build was also straightforward and engaging, and I have really no complaints. It looks good. The piece count is not great, but it's a far cry in terms of value when you look at the mini-scale Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Don't even get me started on that again. So yes, this comes recommended, but it really should be a $60 set, but $70 doesn't seem out of reach here. As for Jango, I just can't recommend this one at full retail price. Wait for him to go down to like $55 or lower. It'll happen at some point this year. It's a good set, just not a great one. Lastly, of course, I want to show you guys what the entire LEGO Star Wars helmet collection for the past 5 years looks like together. It's actually getting to the point where I can't put the helmet side by side in a straight line alongside my table. I actually have to kind of curve or bend it to get them all lined up, which is really showing how big this collection has grown over all these years. And I really don't think it's going to stop here. I believe the helmet collection is going to continue onwards. Maybe we'll have another 2 to 3 year hiatus, but it doesn't seem like it's ever really going to go away. Fans keep coming back for it. And it's also still worth noting that majority of the helmets here are still original trilogy. Still lots more that could be coming from the prequels, sequels, even the Mando universe. I can't wait to see what the next few helmets are over the coming years. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Of course, links below to all 3 of the helmets that I talked about here in the video. Thanks again to LEGO for providing these sets. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.